There's a lot of bad luck in this world, but nothing sucks more than getting betrayed by your own boss right after completing a mission. Just like our main character, his luck is absolutely rock bottom. After the Highland Holy Fire went boom and wiped out all the evidence, he suddenly woke up reincarnated into a new body. Where am I? Didn't I just get blown to bits on that plane? It felt like something was being uploaded into his brain, and he clutched his head in agony, already thinking about how to allocate his evolution points. Leading the pack was Vu Mac Huyen, an S-rank beast soul user, with a punchable face flanked by his two lackeys Lai Fong and Jiang Loi. They landed a solid slap across Lam Yuyan's face. Of course, he had reached his breaking point. These guys were just asking for it. He simply uttered a single gentle word, full of brotherly love. Suck it. Hello? What did you just say? Are you trying to get smart with me? The goons obviously got triggered. They never expected that Lam Yuyan would grow a spine and dare to be so bold and defiant. The weakest E-rank beast soul user in the entire school was acting pretty cocky today. Indeed. Your beast soul is a palm-sized black lizard. I could crush you just by stepping on you, so what gives you the right to act tough in front of me? Trash belongs with trash. Having a weakling like you is a disgrace to this academy, and if I were you, I would have already found a place to just go off and die, Vu Mac Huyen threatened through gritted teeth. But he was wrong. Even trash has its uses. Just try not taking out the garbage for a day and see how bad his room stinks. Lam Yuyan stood his ground completely unfazed, pissing them off more and more. Just as they were about to throw down for a major beatdown, a voice suddenly cut in. It was the instructor Truong Nguyet, telling everyone to take their seats, interrupting the intense showdown. He's an S-rank after all, so he has the right to be arrogant, but sooner or later he's just going to be another soul, I claim, Lam Yuyan thought to himself. You're really something else, saying such savage things with a calm tone. You're not just on another level, you're in a whole different league. Today's class was for distributing the Academy's cultivation resources, known as Beast Soul Crystals. These are things created after a monster is defeated, and its blood and flesh merge with the earth, typically classified as high-grade, mid-grade, low-grade, and absolute trash grade. They help to level up a beast soul user's power, but the higher the grade of the crystal, the more expensive it is, with even a low-grade crystal costing 1,000 yuan. The Academy distributes them based on the beast soul each student awakens, which just proves how brutal the world of beast soul users is. Strength is the only thing that matters. The strong rule and the weak get left behind. This is the ultimate form of fairness. In this world of beast soul users, Truong Nguyet announced loudly. Next up was the crystal distribution, and everyone was full of anticipation. Vu Mac Huyen, being an S-rank beast soul user, received a whopping 10 high-grade crystals. His future looked incredibly bright, with the potential to become a Lord-level beast soul user. The A-rank Jiang Loi got 5 mid-grade crystals, while the B-rank Lai Fong received 5 low-grade ones. And Lam Yuyan, our pathetic E-rank, only received 5 of the lowest-grade crystals. Ignoring the chorus of laughter from everyone around him, Lam Yuyan walked up with a stone-cold expression to claim his share. These bottom-tier beast soul crystals are formed after a monster is killed by a nuclear weapon, its flesh and blood becoming contaminated with radiation. While they were just garbage to everyone else, to Lam Yuyan, they were a priceless treasure. A handsome, shining protagonist like Lam Yuyan naturally has beautiful women flocking to him, and he was even gifted a high-grade crystal by Truong Nguyet. He planned to use it after class. A student would trade for 100 low-grade ones. An apprentice like Lin Yuan, trying to absorb this top-tier monster crystal, would probably overdose and die. Just then, Su Mengshui came through the door, looking for Lin Yuan. When the other guys saw the legendary beauty, being so chummy with him, they were absolutely green with envy. And just like that, the moment the final bell rang, they were waiting at the classroom door to intimidate him. Oh, wow. Only now did Lin Yuan realize that this Yu Mochen guy was the one who orchestrated that whole hero saves the damsel stunt with Su Mengshui. That day, he was the real culprit who got the original owner of this body killed. Triggered by his taunts, Lin Yuan was about to throw hands and give him a beatdown, but fighting at school would get him punished. Teacher Zhang Yue treated him very well, and he couldn't put her in a tough spot, not wanting Su Mengshui to think He was a bully picking on the weak. Yu Mochen challenged Lin Yuan to the beast trial in 7 days. If you manage to pass, I'll eat a whole bag of the lowest grade crystals right there, but if you lose, you better disappear for good. Okay, a man of his word. A bet's a bet. Game on. Lin Yuan wasn't afraid of anything. After a long verbal showdown with Yu Mochen, the sky had already turned dark. Unexpectedly, Su Mengshui was still patiently waiting for him at the gate. She cheerfully said she wanted to give him half of her high-grade beast soul crystal, which left Lin Yuan a bit stunned. The last time you helped me, you were so OP, totally on par with a B rank if you just train properly. You're bound to be successful. How could they give you a low-grade soul crystal? Su Mengshui said, feeling indignant for him. He'd charmed many beauties, but honestly, he didn't need it. For real, Su Mengshui kept insisting he take it, as she was extremely confident in herself and her level 5 nine-tailed snow fox beast soul, believing she could pass the beast trial, even without the crystal. Lin Yuan could only sigh and say, although I can't tell you why I guarantee I can pass this beast trial. If you can pass it too, then I'll accept your kind offer. Hearing this, Su Mengshui was absolutely delighted. Just wait until the day of the beast trial. She's going to be shocked by my true power, Lin Yuan thought to himself. With that settled, they said their goodbyes and went their separate ways. He was sweet as honey when talking to girls, but as dry as a bone with his little divine lizard. Man, that really ticked it off. Afterwards, Lin Yuan didn't go straight home, but stopped by the Beast Soul Hall to exchange the high-grade crystal. This place was dedicated to serving Beast Soul Masters and was also where his future Beast Trial assessment would be held. The employee there saw Lin Yuan asking to trade a high-grade Beast Soul crystal for low-grade ones, and his jaw dropped in disbelief. But the customer is always right. So Lin Yuan quickly left with a bag of 100 low-grade crystals. That very night in the warehouse, Lin Yuan successfully absorbed the radiation core and gained a massive amount of evolution points. Eating a blind chicken's core only gave him 5 points, but now absorbing 1 crystal gave him 1,000 points, a major come-up for him. After absorbing all the crystals for Lin Yuan the Beast, trial was no longer a challenge at all. 7 days later, the Beast Soul Hall was bustling with people everyone incredibly anxious about. This assessment. That Yu Mochen guy started causing trouble with Lin Yuan again. Did that Beast Soul Crystal teacher Zhang Yue gave you even help that tiny black lizard of yours reach 1-star battle beast? My beast soul already has the power of a peak. 8-star battle beast passing the beast trial is a piece of cake for me. Is that so? If he's on that level, what level is Lin Yuan on? The surrounding crowd saw Lin Yuan provoking Yu Mochen to eat a sack of low-grade soul crystals and started buzzing. The crowd was buzzing with drama, but before he could even vent his anger, the beast training assessment officially began on the 3rd floor, in the Beast Soul Hall's testing area. After a long wait, it was finally our boy Lin Yuan's turn. He put on the simulation device, and before him immediately appeared a desolate and barren wasteland. Approaching from the distance was a 3-star battle beast, the wild wolf, aka the enemy. The first stage of the assessment. It saw him and immediately went feral, lunging forward with its slobber-drenched fangs bared, looking pretty menacing. Lin Yuan didn't even bother to fuse with his beast soul. He just wanted to use this chance for a light warm-up, seeing these beasts as nothing more than a joke. He unleashed lightning-fast attacks, and Lin Yuan blitzed through the first stage, leaving the judges with their jaws on the floor. This kid managed to kill a 3-star wild plains wolf without even relying on the power of his beast soul. This is absolutely insane. Their minds were reeling. Lin Yuan had single-handedly thrashed that wolf pack with his bare hands, sending fur flying everywhere, defeating a 3-star wild plains wolf without fusing with a beast soul. This kind of feat was completely unprecedented. Although the judges were shook to their core, they still wanted to see if he could pass the 3rd stage. The first 2 stages were just to let the candidates get into the rhythm of the test. The 3rd stage was the real test. Lin Yuan's insane talent left them completely in awe, making them wonder what would happen if his beast soul was even a little stronger. His future potential would be absolutely limitless. But that was all just a warm-up. Now, the Wild Plains Wolf, King, a 6-star battle beast, finally made its appearance as the real boss monster. To defeat it, one would need a genius-level A-rank beast soul or higher, which was the perfect stage to show off Lin Yuan's true power. After fusing with his beast soul, he successfully transcended the battle beast class and reached an entirely new level. Lin Yuan had transformed into a giant skink. His massive, mature form was brimming with a murderous aura. So is this what you call weak? Is this what you call E-rank? A colossal beast of his size had to be at least a sub-beast general rank. Lin Yuan's sudden transformation was enough to scare the color right out of everyone's faces. This wasn't just S rank, it was a legit SSS rank, the real deal. With a massive crash, Lin Yuan instantly had the beast, bathed in its own blood. The scene immediately erupted over this new record. It looked like Zhenhai City was about to welcome a new genius who would break the internet, Lin Yuan. After finishing one off, 5 more appeared from the smoke in the distance, heading straight for Lin Yuan. Seriously, were they planning to gank him or something? After the 6-star Wild Plains Wolf King, now there were 5 more 3-star Wild Plains Wolves. A 1 versus 5 fight like this seemed to be a test of a beast soul master's combat capabilities. But for Lin Yuan, this barely even counted as a challenge. Each of his blows was enough to blow the minds of the spectators. The skink Lin Yuan roared relentlessly, tearing the wild beasts to shreds. Although he didn't know how many stages this beast training program had in total, in the end, none of them stood a chance against him. This earth-shattering battle left the chief examiner Zhao Shanhei completely shell-shocked. This was absolutely unreal. This was the first time he had ever witnessed an E-rank beast soul create such an intense spectacle. According to his observations, Lin Yuan was currently, at least at the beast general level, and what's more, he was already challenging the 10th floor of the beast training assessment. The 10th stage was the final stage of the assessment, and its difficulty was off the charts because these 10 Wild Plains Wolves all possessed the power of 7-star beasts. Star Battle Beast, Tamer Zhao Shanhei got chills thinking that if Lin Yuan successfully cleared the 10th stage, he would become a hot commodity that all the prestigious academies would be fighting over. Anyone who can clear 10 insane stages like this, without exception, is a monstrous genius. If nothing goes wrong, Lin Yuan could become an Emperor-rank beast soul master in the future. Oh my god, this was seriously giving the panel of judges a heart attack. Enough talk, let's just see if Lin Yuan can successfully clear this 10th round. But little did they know it was all just a warm-up for him. They thought the final stage of this Beast Tamer assessment would feature a beast general rank monster, but to their surprise, it was just 10 Wild Plain Wolf Kings. Lin Yuan scoffed, thinking that doubling the amount of trash still results in more trash. Weak, yet they try to win with numbers. He casually flicked his wrist, and they were completely obliterated. Their so-called defense was an absolute joke. The crowd, watching on the monitors, had their jaws on the floor. His attack, defense, speed, and power all reached a flawless level. This talent of Lin Yuan's was a total game changer. Getting tired of fighting, he basically just needed to breathe a wave of firepower to wipe them all out in one go, turning them into barbecue. Holy crap, that skill was just too OP. If Lin Yuan is this broken, what does that say about the other candidates? And just like that, he successfully cleared the entire assessment program for Beast Souls. Although this program was a walk in the park for him, successfully clearing, it further proved that his performance was nothing to scoff at. When the results are announced, how many people will be left speechless, Lin Yuan thought to himself. Even with Wu Xuan's S-rank talent, there was no way he could pass it like he did. Lin Yuan wanted to use this assessment opportunity to show the universities that even an E-rank could wield immense power. Returning to the real world, everyone immediately surrounded him, showering him with endless praise and admiration. Zhao Shanhei was a bit surprised by Lin Yuan's calm demeanor, as if nothing had happened. It's true that the truly talented are built different. Knowing the results would be out this afternoon, Lin Yuan had no reason to stick around, so he turned to leave. Suddenly, Zhao Shanhei called out to him from behind. "Your talent grade, why? Is it only E rank? Did something go wrong during your beast soul awakening? If there is, just report it to me and I'll help you sort it out. What a surprisingly kind offer, but Lin Yuan had no need for anyone's help. His performance, his composed mentality, and Lin Yuan's God-given talent made Zhao Shanhei even more certain about the future emergence of another incredibly powerful beast soul master. Just as he stepped out the door, Lin Yuan saw Su Mengshui, already waiting for him. He was surprised she had cleared the 9th stage. Her power had improved far more than he had imagined. Su Mengshu couldn't wait any longer and hurriedly pulled Lin Yuan by the hand to go eat some spicy hot pot, figuring the announcement could wait. After all, barring any surprises, no one was going to beat his score. At 1 p.m, in the plaza of the Beast Soul Hall, Wu Moxuan was strutting around arrogantly, bragging about clearing 7 stages in this assessment. So impressive. Right. The #1 spot was his right. He was really feeling himself, smugly shaking his leg and waiting to sing his own praises. As the undisputed champion, looking around and not seeing Lin Yuan anywhere, he sneered, thinking the guy probably got too scared and ran off to hide somewhere. But who would have thought what he saw at that moment was a picture-perfect couple, Lin Yuan and Su Mengshui, hand in hand. Seeing them walking hand in hand really made Vumak Huyan salty as heck, and while he was fuming, Lam Uyan was getting mocked by Vumak. Heen and his cronies, but our boy was completely unbothered. Just wait until the results are out, he was definitely going to school them, especially after that bet they made. Ding, 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 the time was up, and finally, it was time to announce the assessment results. Vumak Huyan, who had been talking all that smack, turned out to have only ranked 3rd. Needless to say, he was absolutely fuming, his face turning pale when he saw Tumong Tuyet in 2nd place and Lam Uyan at the very top in 1st place. No freaking way, Vumak Huyan was completely stunned, unable to believe it was real. The other students were also half believing, and half doubting how could Lam Uyan have possibly cleared 10 rounds so flawlessly. Haha, look who's getting clowned on now. The crowd immediately did a complete 180 and started throwing shade at Vumak Huyan. He was about to drown in the flood of insults and mockery from these students who flip-flopped faster than anything. It was totally over for him, looks like now. He couldn't weasel his way out of the bet's punishment. When Tumong Tweet saw Lam Uyan's rank, she was also completely shocked and bewildered. She was absolutely flabbergasted. This is impossible. A useless bum like you with only an E-rank soul beast, how could you possibly achieve such a score? You definitely cheated. Vumak Huyan, so salty he lost his mind, screamed out loud. The crowd, like a bunch of sheep, was immediately led by the nose and started whispering amongst themselves. But Lam Uyan wasn't one to back down, firing back that if he had proof, he should go ahead and report it to the examiners. In the middle of their heated shouting match, Trio Son Ha suddenly appeared, cutting them off with his overwhelmingly powerful aura. Word on the street is that his Earth Lord Bear has already reached the 7-star Overlord level. He is the Soul Beast Master from Tranhai City, and he personally came to be the chief examiner this time. The crowd began to stir and whisper again. Vumak Huyan then angrily stepped forward to state that he suspected Lam Uyan of cheating and wanted to report it to the Soul Beast Hall. When contestant Lam Uyan was taking the assessment, I was personally there observing, and I didn't notice anything unusual. Are you implying that I helped that contestant cheat? Trio Sonha said coldly. Examiner Trio is the pride of our entire Tranhai City. Why? Of course wouldn't dare suspect you, sir, but the skink soul beast that contestant Lam Uyan awakened was evaluated as having E-rank talent, he declared loudly. The surrounding crowd, knowing that Lam Uyan was only E-rank, also found it highly suspicious that he could pass 10 rounds. Since they couldn't just play the recording of Lam Uyan's test, Vumak Huyan came up with another idea, which was to have a duel with him to settle the matter once and for all. This guy was as cunning as a fox. It seemed he was looking for an excuse to beat him up in front of everyone and prove he was just a worthless loser. Let's settle all the old and new scores at once, Lam Uyan thought without a hint of fear. Of course, Lam Uyan agreed to the duel. A weakling like him was in no position to scare our MC. And just like that, a battle between an S-rank soul beast and an E-rank soul beast, something unprecedented in the assessment's history, officially began. The outcome and the fight itself were eagerly anticipated by everyone around due to how unpredictable it was. Trio Son Ha standing. To the side kept defending Lam Yuan, which really ticked off Vu Mak Huyen. You could practically see the word salty written all over his forehead. "I can't take this anymore," Vu Mak Huyen yelled, demanding to start the fight immediately. Trio Son Ha had no other choice but to let the two of them head to the Thunder Arena to settle the score. At the Soul Beast Hall's fighting arena that day, a massive crowd had gathered to watch the drama unfold. This is a showdown where you can use your full power to fight, but causing a fatal accident is strictly forbidden. The fight will end as soon as one side surrenders. Zhao Shanhe clearly stated the rules during the battle. Absolutely. No outside assistance is allowed, and breaking the rules means an automatic loss. Okay, the battle officially begins. A scrub like Wu Muxuan is a piece of cake for Lin Yuan. They gave each other a death glare and then immediately lunged at one another. Wu Muxuan fused with his beast soul, instantly transforming into a monstrous S-rank skull reptile. Lin Yuan, on the other hand, didn't fuse with his beast soul, which left everyone a bit confused. Su Meng Shui and the Little Divine Lizard were also watching the match intently, looking incredibly worried and nervous. But only the system knew there was no way Lin Yuan could lose to that guy. Since everyone wanted him to fuse with his beast soul so badly, he decided to oblige. In a flash, Lin Yuan transformed into a massive, menacingly dark skink. This is insane. How in the world is that an E-rank beast soul? With Lin Yuan looking this huge and terrifying, it would be a shame not to absolutely wreck Wu Muxuan. Oh man. It's totally over. The S-rank skull reptile looked like a malnourished weakling under the claws of the E-rank skink. Wu Muxuan dodged while screaming his head off, knowing that if he got hit, he'd be half dead, even if he survived. Judging by the power of that claw, Lin Yuan's strength had to be at least at the Beast General level. How could he reach the Beast General level in just a few short days? Wu Muxuan was bewildered, and Hu Qiongxiang wondered to herself. Seizing an opening, the skink grabbed the reptile by the head and started spinning it like a top. Every single smash was enough to make him see stars. The crowd below erupted in excitement as they witnessed the true power of Lin Yuan. It turned out Zhao Shanhe wasn't showing favoritism to Lin Yuan, he was actually protecting Wu Muxuan. Even though I knew Lin Yuan wasn't weak, for an E-rank beast soul to be this powerful is just mind-blowing. Su Meng Shui broke into a cold sweat as she thought. Over on the other side, Wu Muxuan was going absolutely ballistic, unable to accept that an S-rank beast soul user like himself was being defeated by an E-rank scrub like him. Driven into a corner, he made a desperate move, breaking the rules by swallowing a blood-burst pill. This thing can grant a massive power boost in a short amount of time. It was estimated his strength could jump from an 8-star War Beast rank to the peak of a 3-star Beast General. He was so desperate that he completely ignored the side effects, showing just how deep his grudge against Lin Yuan ran. Ignoring the shouts around him, Wu Muxuan charged forward in a fiery blaze. Wait, what? Why wasn't Lin Yuan scared? He was clearly way stronger than him now. Right? With no path of retreat, Wu Muxuan continued his charge. But who could have guessed that Lin Yuan just had to open his mouth to blast him flat, slamming him into the wall? So much for that epic blood-burst pill, huh? Was that supposed to be a power-up? The battle ended to the sound of gasps and cheers of admiration for Lin Yuan. He had achieved a glorious victory, unlike a certain someone who had to cheat. Wu Muxuan was so completely wrecked that he couldn't even stand. They had to call for help to carry him off to a recovery room for the next 1 to 2 months. His future was basically over, a classic case of you reap what you sow. Having secured the victory, Lin Yuan cheerfully thanked Zhao Shanhe for giving him the opportunity to put that guy in his place. And for the biggest plot twist, the old man wasn't just a judge, but also an admissions officer for Magic City Beast University. It looked like Lin Yuan was about to secure the bag, because getting into Magic City Beast University was basically like winning the lottery. It looks like our champion Lin Yuan is about to level up big time. Who would have guessed he only caring about what benefits this school could offer him? As long as you agree to join Magic City Beast University, I can request a full resource grant for you, including 500,000 for admission, 20 high-grade beast soul crystals, and 5 beast spirit pills. Additionally, there's a set of beast general-level divine beast weapons. Zhao Shanhe stated this with absolute certainty, and it sounded like a pretty sweet deal, a seriously stacked offer. While Lin Yuan was calculating his options, a second golden opportunity basically fell into his lap. Yanjing Beast Universities. Cheng Yuhu came storming over, intending to poach Lin Yuan for his team, and he threw out countless more perks. He doubled the offer, making the crowd's jaws drop in shock. 500,000 in grant money, 40 high-grade beast soul crystals, and 10 beast spirit pills. Holy crap, that's an absolutely insane offer. Zhao Shanhe, getting sniped right in front of his face, couldn't help but roar in fury. The two powerful auras, like a dragon and a tiger clashing, surged forward at once, making Lin Yuan's eyes go wide. With this level of power, who could possibly stand against them? After all the commotion, a third party suddenly appeared on the scene. Lin Yuan was truly a hot commodity. The power of this chubby guy even suppressed the auras of both the earthly Wrathbear and the netherworld ghost tiger. He was none other than the admissions representative from Sichuan Beast University with a sky-high grant offer. Seizing the opportunity, other recruiters also started fighting over Lin Yuan like he was a top-tier idol, leaving him completely flustered. Although these teachers wanted to recruit him, he knew this was all just them using him for free publicity for their schools. Lin Yuan saw right through their game. He thought so. Besides Yanjing Beast University and Magic City Beast University, he wouldn't consider any other academies. For now, everyone was very kind, but Lin Yuan had to pass. He decided that when the new enrollment period began, he would choose the one lucky academy that would get him. The chaos finally died down, and Little Divine Lizard happily informed Lin Yuan that he had received a silver battle chest from the system. Su Mengshui was also happy for Lin Yuan. She was planning to choose one of the two schools, either Yanjing Beast University or Magic City Beast University, wanting to study at the same place as him. In terms of overall power, Yanjing Beast University's backing is stronger. But I'm going to choose Magic City Beast University because there's someone at Yanjing Beast University. I don't want to see, Su Mengshui said quietly. It seemed like she was carrying some secret sorrow back at home. Lin Yuan opened the chest and immediately received a crimson flame claw, a beast, general-level divine beast weapon. Oh my god, he hit the jackpot. One swipe of this thing across an opponent's face and it would be game over. The price tag on it must be in the hundreds of thousands. From now on, Lin Yuan's life was about to get a major glow-up. As for choosing a school, Little Divine Lizard had to help him think it through. Yanjing Beast University cultivates the strong, but Magic City Beast University cultivates the S-tier strong. At Magic City, university strength is the standard with 3 rankings: the Hidden Dragon ranking, the Beast King ranking, and the Beast God ranking. And what's more, it's also home to a brutal beast fighting arena. Little Divine Lizard said excitedly. That sounds pretty hype, Lin Yuan decided, to go big or go home immediately. Choosing Magic City Beast University, ready to risk it all for the ultimate reward. Zhao Shanhe back in his office, beaming like a kid on Christmas. All thanks to successfully recruiting Lin Yuan for his team. Not only did Lin Yuan join Magic City Beast University, but Su Mengshui followed him as well. This news made Yanjing Beast University absolutely fume, and based on the warning from Cheng Yuhu, it seemed Su Mengshui's background was anything but simple. Zhao Shanhe figured it was better to be cautious. 3 days later, the dream grant from Magic City Beast University finally hit Lin Yuan's account. He got the gear, and on top of that, 500,000 in grant money, 5 million evolution points. Just thinking about it made Lin Yuan ecstatic. The fresh loot had arrived and Lin Yuan was absolutely rolling in it. With the soul crystal exchange complete, he happily hauled dozens of sacks home like they were bags of cement, since he couldn't reveal the secret address of his warehouse, so Lin Yuan had no choice but to temporarily store them at his house. With this many crystals, Lin Yuan had no idea how long he would need to maintain his fusion state to absorb them all. Just stay home and absorb them in your human form then. You can still use the system. The only catch is that the absorption speed will be a few minutes slower than in your beast form, the little divine lizard chimed in. A life hack this good and you're only telling me now. Lin Yuan immediately put it into practice, successfully absorbing the nuclear radiation and gaining 1,000 evolution points per crystal. It took him a full 15 minutes for one. A quick calculation revealed that he would need to absorb 84 crystals daily to get through all 5,000 of them in time. Just thinking about it was already giving him a major headache. And so that very night, while in the middle of his grinding session, Lin Yuan unlocked an additional anti-radiation mechanism. From now on, he could stroll into areas hit by nuclear weapons without fearing a single soul. Absolutely epic. With 2 months still on the clock, Lin Yuan was determined to absorb every single one of these crystals. Meanwhile, in the conference room of the Demon Capital Beast University headmaster Wang Ting made a decision in order to scout for top-tier talent. He was going to organize a massive nationwide exchange tournament to see who was truly the GOAT. He claimed it was just a friendly learning experience, but in reality, Wang Ting had his own secret agenda, so there was no point in debating it. He wanted everyone to submit a provisional roster of contestants, which would consist of 10 main fighters and 2 substitutes. One of the attendees suggested that they should base the selection on the Hidden Dragon rankings. This was one of the 3 major ranking lists at the Beast University, and only freshmen enrolled for less than 1 year were eligible to challenge for a spot. However, Wang Ting felt this ranking system was somewhat flawed because it was based entirely on individual combat ability. Therefore, he urged everyone not to stick too rigidly to the rankings because this upcoming tournament would also test their ability to coordinate and strategize as a team. This was the first major tournament of its kind, and it would be broadcast live across the entire nation. It would also set the precedent for future large-scale competitions, so he urged everyone to think carefully to properly represent the prestige of the Demon Capital Beast University. Wang Ting was completely fired up, and needless to say, Zhao Shanhei was incredibly excited for Lin Yuan to finally show off his true power. Speaking of whom, our MC had been grinding away at his private residence for almost a full month. He was practically turning into a hermit during this intense training arc. Lin Yuan unlocked some seriously OP new abilities. He successfully acquired the S-rank skill, Nuclear Breath, after absorbing a neat 2,500 crystals. With 1.5 million evolution points left over, Lin Yuan immediately dumped them into buffing his other stats like his physique, claw hardness, and all that good stuff. At this point, Lin Yuan was already a total powerhouse. He was just 1 step away from reaching the Beast King threshold, and he still had 2,500 of the lowest grade Beast Soul crystals remaining. Lin Yuan set a new goal: he had to reach the Beast King level before the semester began, no matter what it took. Time flew by in the blink of an eye, and 1 month later, Lin Yuan was at the station platform getting ready to head to the academy. Zhao Shanhei and Su Mengshui were there in person to greet him, and the 3 of them chatted as they walked. And in no time they reached Teacher Zhao's private cabin, which had been pre-arranged on the train. Man, it pays to be rich, because otherwise, if things go according to plan, we'll hit the Demon Capital by dusk. Since this train is in the middle of its run, we might run into a situation where beasts are throwing down. I.e., a beast tide sounds intense, but the probability is crazy low. But on the off chance it's for real, I'll put my life on the line and hold them off for 5 minutes so you guys can escape. That's me trying to stall for as long as I can. Got it. His power level only allows him to hold off the beasts for 5 minutes. It looks like they're way more terrifying than Lin Yuan ever imagined. And just like in the novels, it's a classic case of Murphy's Law. Whatever you fear most is exactly what happens. Looks like Lin Yuan just hit the jackpot of bad luck, because out there a massive beast tide is getting ready to descend upon their train. Lin Yuan's main character plot armor is just too thick. The moment he jinxed it, they started rolling in. The scale of the beast tide wasn't even that big, just a casual 3 Beast Kings 50. Beast generals and a couple hundred battle beasts, no big deal. This was also the perfect opportunity for Lin Yuan and Su Mengshui to get some real combat training in before the school semester begins. Stepping out of the long train car, Lin Yuan and Su Mengshui hopped onto a ridiculously cool all-terrain motorcycle together. It was his first time doing that driving, to be specific, but he wasn't stressed at all. A little thing like this was hardly a challenge for Lin Yuan. With a single rev, he was tearing through the desert, kicking up sand like a pro. In no time, the two of them had caught up to teacher Zhao. Facing the swarm of beasts, Zhao Shanhei instantly threw down and transformed into a totally epic armored bear. After he unleashed a single earthen grasp, the entire horde was wiped out in the blink of an eye, carving a massive fissure in the ground. A Lord-level Soul Beast Master could actually pull this off. Then wouldn't a Beast Emperor-level Master be able to move mountains and reshape the very world, Lin Yuan thought in awe. The beast tide kept on rushing forward, in massive waves. Now it was time for him and Meng Shui to put on a show. After a flawless display of teamwork, the duo quickly managed to mop the floor with the swarming abominations. Lin Yuan's insane power level left Meng Shui in a perpetual state of shock. Meanwhile, in the control room, the staff was absolutely terrified when they realized a Beast King-level monster was concealing its aura. Dealing with a stealthy powerhouse like that, they had to immediately alert the frontline Soul Beast Masters. And right on cue, the final boss beast was roaring in the distance, absolutely bloodthirsty. Meanwhile, Lin Yuan and Meng Shui had already casually clapped over a dozen Beast General-level monsters. So you like being a monster? You like hiding. Lin Yuan threw a few basic moves, and suddenly heads were rolling one way and legs were going another. It seems the intel was wrong. There was still one more beast, at the Beast King level. As Lin Yuan pointed out, the exposed Beast King got embarrassed and then enraged, bearing its vicious set of chompers. "Oh no, I'm so scared!" The crafty beast curled into a whirlwind and launched a surprise attack from behind. Too bad for it. You're not in his league. Buddy Lin Yuan instantly spun around to counter, and with one swift move, he had it caught right in the palm of his hand like a chew toy. Now then, Lin Yuan decided to give it a taste of his haven't-brushed-in years nuclear breath. The sheer stench and overwhelming power were a tidal wave of destruction, making the beast drop dead before it could even react. After all the chaos, Lin Yuan successfully harvested the Beast King's core. This absolutely savage display from him left Zhao Shanhei completely floored and utterly speechless. How is that possible? During the beast trials, you were only a 3-star beast general, and in just 2 short months, you've already broken through to the Beast King level. His face went pale as he questioned Lin Yuan, who had just revealed that he had already broken through to the Beast King level. His face went pale as he questioned Lin Yuan after the reveal. Having absorbed the radiation from the low-grade crystal, Zhao Shanhei finally calmed down and thought to himself that this guy was truly extraordinary. Su Mengshui also emerged from the chaos, but since it was her first time, her reaction wasn't very quick. As dusk fell and the sun set, Zhao Shanhei was still lost in thought about how Lin Yuan had just been able to absorb the energy-based radiation. A talent like his was unprecedented in the world of beast tamers. Zhao Shanhei stored all the spoils of war in his storage badge, a useful item that made Lin Yuan a little pensive. He said that at Demon Capital Beast University, you could get anything, and money was no object. As long as Lin Yuan could break into the top 10 of the Hidden Dragon rankings, he would get to choose a private dorm room and even represent the university in the national tournament. Hearing that if he wanted a single room required a 5 million donation to the university, Lin Yuan's face went pale, but Su Mengshui lit up. Is 5 million all it takes? The gap between the rich and the broke was just that obvious. It turns out she's a sugar mommy with nothing but cash. If you have any to spare, please be my sponsor. I'm so done with the grind. For a broke student like Lin Yuan, staying in the dorms was the most logical choice because a private house was something he couldn't afford. There were other students staying in the dorm with him, like Zhao Mingtan, a handsome first year, with luscious hair and a dazzling bull beast soul. Another chubby guy saw Lin Yuan and was incredibly impressed because he had already checked out his profile, which was absolutely goated. This guy was Wang Jinze, whose special talent was eating a lot and spilling the tea. He knew everything new happening on campus, but nobody works for free, and his intel was no exception. So, he's an info broker, Lin Yuan thought. Hearing that Lin Yuan wanted the hidden dragon list, Wang Junzhe immediately promised to give him a list of students with the potential to rank number 1. But it came with a special price, of course. The guy was a textbook capitalist. Money was his lifeblood, and after paying Wang Junzhe a casual sum with a few zeros, Lin Yuan had the prediction list in his hands. This demon. Capital Beast University was seriously stacked. He never expected to see so many Beast King level freshmen. Zhao Ming, who looked like a total nerd, was already an 8-star Beast General. If so, he couldn't even guess what Wang Junzhe's actual power level was. While he was spacing out, the door suddenly slammed open, scaring the crap out of him. It was a new roommate who had just arrived, and his face looked as pissed as if he'd just been cheated on. In a raspy, grating voice, he introduced himself as Song Lan. This guy with a baby face but a beastly build was on a whole other level, as he was also the top-ranked student at Demon Capital this year. Song Lan possessed a support-type beast soul, the 7-colored glazed butterfly, which was a super OP S-rank beast soul. After some friendly introductions, the group decided to go grab a bite to eat. Lin Yuan was putting on a sunny smile, but internally a storm was brewing. A feeling no one could possibly understand. His roommates were all ridiculously stacked. One was an 8-star Beast General, and another was a Beast King of the 3-star rank, not to mention an info broker. Lin Yuan was so over it he didn't even want to talk. As they were walking and chatting, the group suddenly ran into 2 of the campus beauties from Demon Capital Beast University. The one wearing a hat was Yu Qingqiu with her S-rank snow silkworm beast soul, and the one on the right was none other than Su Mengshui with her SS-rank 9-tailed fox beast soul. It's true what they say, the beautiful and the powerful always together. Su Mengshui spotted Lin Yuan and cheerfully called out his name. Seeing him on friendly terms with 2 campus goddesses like them, everyone was just making his straight-laced roommate's jaws drop in amazement. To be honest, Lin Yuan was starting to feel that life on campus was getting more interesting by the day. 2 hours later, after his meal, Lin Yuan really wanted to rest, but he also didn't want to fall behind his friends, so he was grinding hard, practicing his energy cultivation. This training room had a pretty high concentration of energy, making it perfect for his training. If only he had the cash, he would definitely rent one of the paid mid-tier or high-tier rooms where the energy concentration was even higher. Right now, he had already absorbed all of his low-grade crystals, leaving only the high-grade Beast Soul crystals and Beast Spirit pills. All right then, let's give a high-grade crystal a try. Huh? Why is the effect exactly the same as the low-grade ones? What a waste of 10,000. Well, let's just move on to this Beast Spirit pill then. With a boom, Lin Yuan very quickly and successfully absorbed the Beast Spirit pill. This kind of absorption speed was probably something only he could achieve. This talent for accelerating the process was something Lin Yuan himself could feel. The struggle of being handsome and talented is real. This Beast Spirit pill was truly worth every penny, costing a whopping 50,000 per pill. Constantly having to worry about the daily grind like this was going to make him go bald. The next day, the dorm, it was early in the morning, but Zhao Ming and Song Lan had already gone off somewhere together. It seems he wasn't the only one grinding hard to level up. I need to hurry to the Beast Soul Hall and buy a batch of low-grade crystals, Lin Yuan thought to himself. Tisk, a phone call came in telling him to come pick up some money. What a lucky break, waking up to a payday like this. The crystals from the Beast Tide have all been processed, and your share comes to a total of 2,200,000. Zhao Shanhei said. Also, I've exchanged 1 million of that into 10,000 low-grade Beast Soul crystals. The crystals and the remaining money are all in this badge. This is absolutely perfect. It's just what I needed to solve my urgent problem. After explaining everything to Lin Yuan, Zhao Shanhei didn't forget to make him a promise. As long as he could get into the top 10, he would give him the chance to represent Magic City Beast University in battle. To be honest, Lin Yuan's casual goal wasn't just that measly top 10, but to be number 1 on the Hidden Dragon ranking. Not long after Lin Yuan's evolution, absorption time got faster and faster each day. Likely thanks to the 5 beasts spirit pills he was awarded, which made his speed noticeably faster than usual. The most urgent task now was to continue absorbing crystals and level up his own strength. Time ticked by minute, and the days drifted past. A few days later, Lin Yuan returned from an outing to find everyone gathered in the room. He almost forgot today was the freshman assembly. Zhao Ming and Song Lan, who were usually so tough, were also a little on edge before this competition. It seems the competition this year is going to be fierce. I'll have to grind even harder, Lin Yuan thought to himself. In a flash, everyone had gathered in the auditorium. At this assembly, rumor had it that Principal Wang Ting would personally give a speech. This national freshman friendly match was a big deal, so he took it very seriously. While they were sitting there, jaws agape, waiting for Teacher Zhao to appear, something unexpected happened that left everyone completely stunned. After a brief greeting, it was time for the opening ceremony, and Principal Wang Ting from afar lumbered onto the stage like a bear. It took about 2 seconds. Could it be that Wang Ting is the father of Wang Jin? Lin Yuan thought back to what Teacher Zhao had said earlier and guessed with suspicion if that's true, it's truly unbelievable. As soon as the powerful speech began, the entire auditorium erupted in a frenzy, buzzing with excitement, as if they'd been shot up with adrenaline, everyone eager to go. The results for the Hidden Dragon ranking at Magic City Beast University were quickly posted on the school's bulletin board. Lin Yuan was shocked to see his stats were 80% similar to Wang Jin's, which was totally wild. He couldn't help but feel a little jealous seeing others hit the top 10. Our boy Lin Yuan, who's OP as heck, only managed to rank at 312. What a letdown. Magic City Beast University is seriously packed with prodigies. It's a breeding ground for absolute monsters. Even with Lin Yuan's power level, there are even more ridiculously strong people out there. The specific rules of the ranking were thankfully explained to him by Little Divine Lizard. First, only lower-ranked individuals can challenge those ranked higher. The gap in ranks between the 2 challengers cannot exceed 20. Second, each person gets only 1 opportunity to challenge per day. The person being challenged cannot refuse the first 3 times. Third, everyone gets 1 chance per week to make a rank-skipping challenge. The ranking gap for this is extended to 100. Fourth, using forbidden potions and divine beast armaments is strictly banned to ensure a fair fight based on one's own power level. Fifth, during a challenge, the match must end immediately if one party surrenders or is rendered unable to fight. Based on Lin Yuan's current rank, climbing to the top of the Hidden Dragon leaderboard would take about 16 days. The competition for ranks is bound to be fierce, making the whole situation even more intense. It looks like Lin Yuan needs to drop the distractions and just focus on his training grind. Lin Yuan's roommates couldn't help but be amazed seeing him so chill and unfazed by it all. His goal is clearly to snag the number 1 spot on the Hidden Dragon ranking. He's just biding his time. Just how strong is this guy really? Wang Jinzi wondered to himself. Back home, Lin Yuan decided to go big or go home and consumed all 24 of the beast spirit pills that Zhao Shanhei had sent him. Holy smokes, did he just successfully absorb the beast spirit pills already? That was ridiculously fast, and now he was already way stronger than he was just a few minutes ago. Even his poor absorption rate for beast soul crystals had improved. In a flash, after 7 minutes, he had absorbed the radiation ray, gaining 1,000 evolution points. Lin Yuan's speed stat is maxed out. He does everything fast. Just as he was riding this high, his phone suddenly rang. Lin Yuan get to arena number 3 in 10 minutes. Wu Shuanggu, the number 1 on the Hidden Dragon ranking, and Wang Linhu, who's ranked 3rd, are about to throw down. You gotta see this. Just hearing about it got him hyped. Lin Yuan loves nothing more than watching a good old-fashioned brawl. He zipped on over, and sure enough, arena number 3 was popping off, completely swarmed by a massive crowd of spectators. Zhao Shanhei and his friend were also there to catch the action. The other man was Meng Chang'an, another instructor at the Magic City Beast University. As for this showdown between Wang Linhu and Wu Shuanggu Lin Yuan, just like the two professors had no clue who would come out on top. But there was no more time for predictions, as the towering and intimidating figures of Wang Linhu and Wu Shuanggu stormed into the arena amidst thunderous applause. The match initiated by Wang Linhu officially kicked off. So much for brotherhood, they're even willing to throw down for that #1 spot. No more talk. Both fighters quickly fused with their beast souls and charged straight at each other. Wu Shuanggu, whose power was at least at the beast. Its king level instantly transformed into an SSS rank golden-winged centipede king. A centipede is already creepy, but a centipede king, just thinking about it, is enough to give you the creeps. Wang Linhu was no slouch either, transforming into an equally ferocious tiger king. It was anyone's guess who would win this epic clash. Down in the arena, the centipede and the tiger were locked in a chaotic, earth-shaking battle. The tiger truly lived up to its title as the king of the jungle. It unleashed wave after wave of fiery killing intent, looking like it wanted to turn the centipede into a barbecue skewer. With a massive boom, the tiger swiped its claws and completely obliterated the centipede into a gooey mess. The entire stadium erupted in cheers at this absolutely dominant display from Wang Linhu. Given the current state of the Hidden Dragon rankings, Wu Shuanggu was pretty much all hype, and Meng Chang'an knew it. He couldn't help but scoff at Wang Linhu's dream of topping the rankings. The guy was absolutely wild, but who would have guessed? Lin Yuan had already clocked that this was just a trap set by Wu Shuanggu to bait Wang Linhu. The fight wasn't over yet. The real plot twist was still coming. No one saw it coming when Tiger was just one hit away from a landslide victory. Wu Shuanggu suddenly flipped the script. He trapped Wang Linhu with his two ridiculously strong pincers. Surprise, buddy. A true strategist always knows when to sandbag their true power. Even as Wang Linhu roared in fury, Wu Shuanggu unleashed his full power, spitting venom and spewing webs. Sharp iron spikes dug deep into Tiger's body, making him twitch and convulse in agony. When you're unaware of your opponent's full power level, playing weak is the ultimate baiting strategy. Even though Wu Shuanggu was outmatched in raw power, his battle IQ was on another level. Lin Yuan's ability to predict this left the two judges completely stunned. But just then, Tiger had a sudden power-up, successfully breaking free from the deadly embrace. The crowd went wild, their jaws on the floor at this insane comeback. But contrary to everyone's expectations, Lin Yuan was still certain Wu Shuanggu would clutch the win. Wang Linhu clearly had the advantage, so was Lin Yuan's prediction, even remotely accurate. Although Wang Linhu's attack power is immense, he's too reckless. He was hit by the poison earlier, and it's about to kick in, Lin Yuan stated, cold as ice. And just as he predicted, Wang Linhu was now panting heavily, but he stubbornly refused to surrender. Still want to be tough, huh? Wu Shuanggu had to resort to physical persuasion to get the point across. The moment he fell for Wu Shuanggu's trap, his defeat was already sealed, and just like that, it was game over. Wang Linhu took the final blow and collapsed. The winner was none other than Wu Shuanggu. Lin Yuan's observation skills were seriously OP. Zhao Shan, he wanted Lin Yuan to learn from this match and understand his own standing so he would constantly push himself to aim for the top. But please, Lin Yuan understood that better than anyone. An hour later in the lounge, Lin Yuan had finished analyzing every aspect of Wu Shuanggu's fighting style and felt a little worried. The guy's power level was either at Beast King level 4 or at the peak of Beast King level 3. Against a martial arts master like him, Lin Yuan knew there would be a significant power gap. Fine. Lin Yuan resolved to grind hard and close that gap. Next stop, the national tournament. 1 week later, Lin Yuan, after an intense grind, finally saved up 3 million evolution points. He spent some on a cosmetic glow-up for his beast soul and successfully broke through to Beast King level 2 in just half an hour. It was a ridiculously OP power-up, but it was real. Calling him a monster was an understatement at this point. He'd been gone for a week, so it was time for Lin Yuan to head back to the dorms. The moment he returned, Wang Jinzi hit him with the news that Zhao Ming got injured by Qin Zhong during a ranking battle. Song Lan, sticking up for Zhao Ming, had challenged the guy to a duel tonight and was currently in a training montage. It was all because that so-called ranking hunter started the beef, forcing Song Lan to step in. The Ranking Hunters are a new guild formed by a group of freshmen who specialize in using their power to climb the ranks, then gaslight weaker members into fighting for spots on the leaderboard. Ranking their whole operation is so shady, they have the strong freshmen on the leaderboard fight for ranks, and then they intentionally throw matches against weaker members to manipulate the rankings. Every week, all members have to pay a guild fee. If you want a high rank, you just have to pay up. As long as you pay your weekly dues, someone will back you up and boost your rank. This kind of system is no wonder Zhao Ming couldn't take it anymore and decided to show off, but he ended up getting completely wrecked. As for this demon capital beast university, couldn't even be bothered to get involved. This level of ruthlessness actually piqued Lin Yuan's interest. He never expected that the person who founded this Ranking Hunters Guild was none other than Wu Xuangu. That try-hard Wu Xuangu is a real piece of work. On the second day after the Hidden Dragon rankings were announced, he established an organization called the Ranking Hunters, in which he recruited many powerful individuals like Shen Sheng and Li Qing. Wu Xuangu offered them a ton of benefits, which is why the current leaderboard is dominated by members of that organization. Wang Linhu and Chu Tianyi basically had no chance at all. Now was the first time Lin Yuan had ever heard the completely unfamiliar name Chu Tianyi. Rumor on the street is that he only took 4 days to climb from a rank in the hundreds to the top of the leaderboard. This whole situation really got under Wu Xuangu's skin. Their power levels weren't that different, but Chu Tianyi's beast soul could fly, which basically let him walk all over Wu Xuangu. But that's a problem for later. Right now he had to go with Wang Jinzi to check on Zhao Ming and see if he was still alive or had already kicked the bucket. At the infirmary, there was Zhao Ming lying flat on the bed, wrapped up in white bandages like a mummy. Even though it wasn't dark yet, he looked like he was seeing stars. When he heard about the match tonight between Song Lan and that other guy, Zhao Ming got so worked up, he started crying, almost tearing his stitches. The live-streamed battle tonight was shaping up to be pretty interesting. There was no way they'd miss a chance to see a real fight up close. That very evening, Lin Yuan and Wang Jinzi were at Arena number 7 of Demon Capital Beast University, with popcorn and drinks ready. The opponent this time was Lin Yuan. Although his rank was only 25, it should be no problem. Hopefully Song Lan can handle it smoothly, Wang Jinzi said while munching away. This chubby guy was completely different from others. He had no desire for fame or fortune. His only dream was to become the biggest information broker in the entire nation, just living the good life day by day. Besides that, he also wanted to support his older brother, who was studying at Yanqing Beast University. His dream was as simple as that. The fact that Wang Jinzi had an older brother was a bit of a surprise to Lin Yuan. Wang Jinzi seemed so harmless, he wondered what his brother was like. But enough talk. The official match was starting. The tall and lanky Lin Yuan, looking like a reed in the wind, faced off against the tall, muscular, six-packed Song Lan. The moment the match started, the other guy provoked him. Song Lan got super ticked off and instantly fused with his beast soul. In a flash, he transformed into a rather cute, baby-faced butterfly, which made that lion guy laugh his head off. "These sparkling wings are just perfect for me to rip to shreds," he sneered, then immediately transformed into a giant ape spirit. What a trip. Seriously. How come both of their beast souls have nothing to do with their actual appearances? This overwhelming aura made Lin Yuan a little worried, wondering if the pretty butterfly Song Lan could even handle the pressure. Logically speaking, that Lin Yuan guy had the clear advantage right now, but it ain't over till it's over, as Song Lan used his agility to easily dodge. With a lightning-fast strike, the two clashed in a flurry of moves, and while Yuan's guard was down, Song Lan from behind suddenly swung those tiny wings and stabbed him straight in the head. And just like that, blood gushed like a river as Leon clutched his bloody head and screamed in agony. Song Lan might be small, but he packs a serious punch. A single growth attack from him was enough to knock his massive opponent out cold. Damn it, you're dead meat, An's gorilla-like power began to surge once more, and he completely ignored the sharp energy blasts Song Lan was firing furiously, charging forward with all his might. Lin Yuan quickly realized he was trying to force Song Lan to the edge of the arena. That spot would limit Song Lan's room to attack and in turn give him an opportunity to strike. A limited combat zone was a major disadvantage for Song Lan, so that low-life Lin Yuan wanted to shrink the battlefield and slowly weaken Song Lan's abilities. But life is full of surprises, and you can never predict a plot twist, the growth ability. Of the 7-colored glazed butterfly was never going to be that simple. Song Lan's eyes sparkled as he gently flapped his wings, getting a hit in before Lin Yuan could even react. Finding himself in a tight spot, Song Lan had no choice but to unleash his #1 technique, the Guo Qianlong Storm. A whole barrage of divine beast weapons suddenly shot out from within him, thundering like a summer downpour, making Song Lan sweat bullets. It looked like the butterfly's wings were grounded for good this time. In the blink of an eye, the gorilla grabbed the butterfly by the head and spun him around like a top. Fresh blood splattered everywhere like a fountain. But in his rage, he didn't stop for a second, wishing he could literally turn Song Lan into soup. The match ended in Lin Yuan's total satisfaction, with little Song Lan's body torn to shreds. Holy smokes. According to the rules, he would now replace Song Lan's number 18 spot on the Hidden Dragon rankings. Son of a butch, I can't take this anymore. Wang Linhu was so furious his blood was boiling that he personally jumped down from the stands to have a little chat with Lin Yuan. After being relentlessly provoked by the guy and getting pissed off himself, Lin Yuan also decided to step up for Wang Linhu and challenge the brute. I'm Song Lan's roommate. Lin Yuan ranked 312 on the Hidden Dragon rankings, and next time I will challenge you, Lin Yuan declared, looking cool and collected. What the heck? For a moment, Lin Yuan thought he had misheard him. Lin Yuan, ranked a measly 312, wanted to challenge him. Talk about delusional. It's true, right now I don't have the qualifications to challenge you, but in 12 days I will, Lin Yuan added with a smile as bright as a spring day. What the actual heck, well, days. With his current ranking, he'd have to successfully challenge and defeat a higher-ranked opponent every single day to even qualify to fight me in 12 days. Lin Yuan had a moment of existential doubt, but whatever. If the guy wanted a beatdown, he'd get one. See you in 12 days then. If you disappoint me in 12 days, I'll personally come find you and rip your bones out one by one. Just you wait. And just like that, a date between two real men was set in stone. Back to Song Lan, whose body was completely wrecked but was still looking handsome as ever. Lin Yuan then promised he would handle that nobody for him. This confident and defiant attitude from Lin Yuan really opened Wang Linhu's eyes and earned his respect. Meanwhile, at the school infirmary, another mummy wrapped in pristine white bandages had appeared on a bed. Lin Yuan was being cryptic, refusing to tell the other two his plan for dealing with Lin Yuan. However, the very next day, Wang Junzhe began to piece together what Lin Yuan was planning. So what was it? During his challenge match against the 8-star beast, General Chen Hailin Yuan showed everyone exactly what he was capable of. In a shocking twist, he left everyone stunned by revealing his Beast King level power for the first time. The match began and ended in the blink of an eye, sparking a roller coaster of emotions from the crowd. Of course, Wang Junzhe wasn't about to let this money-making opportunity slide. That fight yesterday, the story about you and Yuan Lian has already gone viral. Nearly half the entire school is paying attention, so your clout is off the charts right now. I'm planning to set up a betting pool on whether you can win in the next 12 days or not. Wang Junzhe explained his scheme only to hear Lin Yuan reveal his true strength was around the peak of a 2-star Beast King, which absolutely blew his mind. It was clear Lin Yuan was sandbagging, playing the ultimate underdog. As for his chances of winning, Lin Yuan was confident he had a 95% probability. Deal, so Wang Jinzhe would place a 10 million bet, and when they won, they'd split it 60-40 with Lin Yuan. Getting rich isn't hard when you know how to seize the moment. The next day, while Lian was chowing down on his lunch in the cafeteria, Wu Shuanggu appeared out of nowhere to warn him not to underestimate Lin Yuan. That guy has already climbed to rank 262, and rumor has it he's even at the Beast King level, Wu Shuanggu said with a smirk. Li An lost his appetite hearing this, but a hothead like him doesn't know the meaning of fear. The news, even though he wasn't a teacher, just made him more excited to teach Lin Yuan a lesson he'd never forget. In a flash, it was noon on the third day at arena number 53. According to Wang Jinzhe's intel, his opponent this time was Qi Ying, ranked 242, with the famous Moon Shadow Leopard as his soul beast. Sitting in the audience, Wang Jinzhe looked even more hyped than Lin Yuan himself, proving that money is the ultimate motivation. Yesterday, he and Wang Jinzhe had already cooked up a new plan. Lin Yuan planned to drag out the fight a bit, making people doubt he could secure a clean sweep so they could rake in even more cash. Wang Jinzhe's inner hustler was truly on fire. Because he had exposed his Beast King level strength yesterday, plus with Wang Jinzhe opening bets and creating all sorts of media hype, it's no wonder the number of spectators for his match skyrocketed today. Without any hesitation, both fighters immediately fused with their soul beasts. The aura radiating from Lin Yuan made the other guy a little nervous, but hey, no risk, no reward. Qi Ying rushed forward and unexpectedly managed to injure Lin Yuan, making him ecstatic. Little did he know he was just a pawn in Lin Yuan's grand scheme. Our boy was just toying with him, making both him and the audience doubt his true power. It seems this act was becoming a bigger success than anticipated. Over on his side, Qi Ying continuously fired blasts of energy toward Lin Yuan. He celebrated way too early, thinking he was about to pull off a miracle by defeating a Beast King level Soul Master, but reality came back to slap him so hard he flew into a wall. What the heck just happened? Lin Yuan defeated Qi Ying in a flash, leaving everyone completely baffled, unable to process what they just saw. That's what you get for celebrating. Early, you eat dirt. Qi Ying, Lin Yuan, and Wang Jinzhe had perfectly executed a Hollywood-level performance, catching everyone off guard. The betting odds consequently continued to skyrocket like my current rent. Late at night, Lin Yuan was too excited to sleep, thinking about the silver chest reward. He didn't need the gifted Soul Beast weapon, so he planned to sell it to fund his fights against stronger opponents. With the generous chest rewards plus the betting profits, it looked like he was about to get rich, but things never go according to plan. And in just 5 days, Lin Yuan's rank plummeted from 142 all the way down to 242 in the hellish depths. It was all because those rank-boosting scumbags forfeited without even fighting, costing him the rewards. Seeing Lin Yuan's completely listless and gloomy state, Wang Jinzhe handed him an info sheet on the opponent he had just looked up. His next opponent was Lei Qingming, and based on his profile, the guy looked like a real big shot. Since everyone was betting on Lin Yuan to lose, Wang Jinzhe decided to go all in, closing the bets right before this match. Finally, the time had come for Lin Yuan to go all out. Meanwhile, in a high-level training room, Meng Shui was cultivating, when she suddenly got a call from Qing Chu, who, unlike her, was incredibly curious about the upcoming match between Lin Yuan and Qingming tonight. Meng Shui was 100% confident that he would win. Although she was just as strong, she felt that going through the trouble of challenging others for such meager rewards wasn't worth it for a wealthy lady like herself. The high-level training room costs hundreds of thousands a month, and she even uses high-grade beast soul crystals to set up arrays, so are the rewards really that meager? Anyway, enough talk. Qing Chu was dying of curiosity and had to go to watch the match immediately. At 7 p.m. in arena number 26 of Modu Beast University, the stands were already packed to the brim. Everyone was there for the massive tea tonight. The betting would close after this match, so Lin Yuan could finally unleash his full power. That bald-headed Qingming was already out on the field waiting for him, having heard about Lin Yuan's confidence in securing a clean sweep. Within 12 days to challenge Lian, he scoffed and mocked Lin Yuan for not knowing his own limits. We'll see who doesn't know their limits after tonight. both immediately fused with their beast souls, and Qingming's immense aura convinced everyone that he would win in a landslide. Qingming himself had even bet a whopping 5 million on Lin Yuan's defeat. Looks like he was about to hit the jackpot. Thanks to the foolishness of that silly boy Qingming, now he was going to show him what a real show looks like. A surge of energy shot out at rocket speed, leaving Qingming slightly stunned. Although his own power was only at the peak of the 1-star Beast King level, his speed had reached the perfect 1-star Beast King level, needing just 5 claws from Lin Yuan to leave him either dead or crippled. Qingming thought optimistically, even on the verge of death, as the two quickly charged and clashed fiercely. Lin Yuan didn't need to act like a bad boy, but he had to play the good boy role. Today the curtain was falling, so he figured he didn't need to play that weak persona anymore. A powerful, scorching blast of fire sizzled from his mouth, roasting Qingming to a crisp in an instant. He clutched his body, now riddled with holes, and collapsed in agony. The match ended under a cold gaze, coming from the handsome, well-groomed Lin Yuan. The entire stadium erupted at what had just unfolded before their eyes. Tsingqiu was just as shocked witnessing this display from Lin Yuan firsthand. Even for a 2-star Beast King like her, it would be difficult to block that attack. After dealing with that guy, Lin Yuan successfully received a golden treasure chest. Inside were 50,000 evolution points and a Beast King-grade divine beast weapon, the Thunderclap Claws, which had a speed-boosting ability. Freaking epic. He could sell the Crimson Flame Claws at the Beast Soul Hall, and since they were Beast General grade, they could still fetch a good price, Lin Yuan thought gleefully. Wang Jinze finally showed his face, looking absolutely ecstatic, looking like he just hit the jackpot. Suddenly, Li An popped up out of nowhere and started endlessly taunting Lin Yuan, which really ticked him off. What the hell did his win or loss have to do with that guy anyway? He was still as arrogant as ever, promising they'd meet again soon before taking off. Staring daggers at him, Lin Yuan thought the more arrogant he is now, the uglier his death will be. Lin Yuan silently threatened Li An's scrawny, addict-like retreating figure 3 days later. After 5 days of grueling self-isolating training, Lin Yuan finally reached the mid-tier 3-star Beast King level. It looked like tomorrow he could officially challenge Li An. The usual small fry opponents were too weak, leaving Lin Yuan's fights completely unsatisfying. Early the next morning, a sly Wang Jinze revealed he had just opened a new betting pool for the match between Lin Yuan and Li An. Hearing that Lin Yuan bet a whopping 6 million on himself, Jinze was so shocked he nearly fell over. Turns out, Lin Yuan was that confident in himself. That's my boy. At the infirmary, Zhao Ming was overjoyed to see Lin Yuan and Wang Jinze visiting. Songlan's condition, on the other hand, was not looking good at all. The fight between Songlan and that punk Lian didn't just break him physically, it also shattered his spirit. For someone so proud, experiencing such a defeat would surely lead to self-doubt and denial. Lin Yuan thought sadly about his friend. A true talent is one who can be reborn from the ashes. Right now, only Songlan could save himself. Today was the day of Lin Yuan's match against Li An. If nothing unexpected happened, he could get revenge for the both of them. Wang Jinze excitedly bragged, and this breaking news seemed to instantly rejuvenate the two injured patients. When did Lin Yuan get so strong, neither of them even knew. Hearing everyone's warnings to be careful, Lin Yuan was fired up with determination, vowing not to lose. At noon in Arena Number 3, Wuxuangu unexpectedly showed up in person to watch the match. It seemed he held Li An in high regard this time. And as for Li An, he was on another level of arrogance, acting like Lin Yuan was nothing. Son of a bitch. Hearing that made Zhao Ming absolutely livid, wanting to deal with him on the spot. He was being way too outrageous. Wang Linhu appeared from a distance, revealing that he had also bet 10 million on Lin Yuan. Thanks to the easy profits from previous bets, he'd managed to rake in a little something. Wu Shuanggu was basically hyping up Li An, using it as a chance to build his own reputation among the members. That being said, after stepping on Chu Tianyi, Lin Yuan became his ultimate target. I really want to see what Wu Shuanggu's reaction will be if Li An loses, Wang Linhu thought to himself. Down in the arena, our two opponents had already begun fusing with their beast souls. The ape roared and the skink shrieked, creating a chaotic scene that could shake the virtual world. They lunged at each other as if they hadn't met in ages. After a fierce struggle that didn't even scratch Lin Yuan started to get a little worried. Oh, crap. He had to find a way out quickly before Lin Yuan turned the tables on him. But who would have guessed Lin Yuan unleashed a relentless barrage of force, leaving him no time to react? Are you gonna stop or what? Lin Yuan flew into a rage, immediately firing a counterblast back at Lin Yuan with earth-shattering speed. The black-scale fist blade neutralized most of the energy. If this keeps up, he won't be able to last much longer. Lin Yuan was already one step ahead. You'd think he would just charge head-on into Lin Yuan's molten light, but that was some instant karma. And it came swiftly. After a massive clash, Lin Yuan was unexpectedly clapped back by his own sharp aura. Burn sacred highland fire in a flashlight. Yuan was a bloody mess, completely floored right then and there. This scene started to make Wu Xuangu anxious, but amidst the crowd's celebratory cheers, Wang Linhu was still certain that Lin Yuan wasn't the type to be defeated so easily. And just as expected, he slowly got back up, mustering his strength to speak. He then unleashed a terrifying barrage of a 3-star Beast King-level sharp aura. But he didn't stop there. With bloodshot eyes, Lin Yuan went on a rampage across the battlefield, successfully making Lin Yuan bleed buckets. Lin Yuan roared in agony. His entire body was drenched in fresh blood, but Lin Yuan relentlessly swung his claws, slashing wildly and pushing Lin Yuan to the verge of being taken out. But who would have guessed he was just a pawn, walking right into Lin Yuan's trap? He suddenly made a move, launching an attack, causing him to fall right into the pre-laid trap. Boom! And just like that, playtime was over. Lin Yuan was outplayed and had no way to fight back, forced to accept his defeat right then and there. A terrifying storm of power swept through, and as the smoke and dust began to settle, Lin Yuan was revealed, his body completely wrecked, lying crushed beneath Lin Yuan. But even at this point, he was still stubbornly refusing to concede, forcing Lin Yuan to take drastic measures. It was time for an eye as Lin Yuan opened his mouth wide, without a shred of pity, and immediately unleashed a massive blast to roast him in retaliation. Calling it karma, served hot, wouldn't be an understatement. Even after a while longer, Lin Yuan still refused to admit defeat, and it goes without saying Lin Yuan was getting seriously ticked off by him. It was then that Wu Xuangu finally shouted at Lin Yuan, "That's going way too far, don't you think? Have you forgotten who started this fight with you in the first place? Lin Yuan, you should think this through carefully. Do you really want to become an enemy of every single person on the hunter list?" Wu Shenku delivered his threat, but Lin Yuan couldn't care less. He had already declared he would challenge that whole scummy crew of theirs a long time ago. His statement quickly sent the entire hall into an uproar of astonishment they never expected to run into a madlad like Lin Yuan. Wu Xuangu was so infuriated he gritted his teeth, rendered speechless for a moment. Enough of this ruckus. The match must continue. This lie, and Guy was talking way too much, giving Lin Yuan a headache, so he decided to just give him one final blow and sort it out later. And just like that, Lin Yuan moved like a flash, swinging his arm before Lin Yuan could even finish his sentence. In an instant, Lin Yuan was struck and burnt to a crisp, knocked unconscious right where he stood. This match, Lin Yuan had achieved a spectacular victory. Wu Xuangu saw everything, and now had Lin Yuan marked as a target. Lin Yuan had defeated a Beast King-level Beast Soul Master and obtained the Golden Sun. Zhao Ming and Jinzei were ecstatic for him, but Wang Linhu had a word of warning. For Lin Yuan, be careful of a venomous snake like Wu Xuangu. I'm guessing he'll send Li Nanqing to challenge you. Wang Linhu further explained that someone who values his reputation as much as Xuangu wouldn't easily step up to fight himself. Shenxiang is basically just a name on the current ranking board, so that only leaves Li Qingnan as the most suitable candidate at the moment. Wang Linhu had fought against Li Qingnan before, so he had a decent grasp of his opponent's skills. At that time, he was defeated because Li Qingnan was not only strong, but his beast soul was also incredibly strange. a plant-type beast soul. Lin Yuan and everyone else. Hearing this, he was left completely speechless. In the arena's monitoring room, Lin Yuan's recent battle had truly been an eye-opener for the school's principal. His combat experience was incredibly deep, showcasing a level of decisiveness and ruthlessness that a normal freshman simply shouldn't possess. The referee cheerfully added that his sole talent was no E rank. They felt it had to be S rank or maybe even SS rank. On another note, the issue with Wu Xuangu's crew aggressively dominating the hidden dragon ranking lately had become a major headache for many students, but the teachers basically couldn't do anything. His group wasn't breaking any school rules, and their methods were in line with Ma Dothudai's philosophy. The world isn't always fair, and the pressures people face nowadays are only getting more intense. In the cultivation office, because Lin Yuan had ranked 18th on the hidden dragon ranking, he received a special discount of 50% for a high-level cultivation room. With a top-tier advantage like this, it's no wonder everyone dreams of a high rank on the hidden dragon ranking. Lin Yuan also received 50,000 evolution points and a beast general grade divine weapon from the golden chest. This is some seriously OP loot. Lin Yuan had to immediately test out his newly acquired energy storage crystal. According to Little Divine Lizard, this item allows the user to pump and store energy inside it, which can then be used in a future attack to boost its power by up to 50%. Talk about a game changer. Lin Yuan didn't hesitate and immediately transformed to try it out. The crystal was small, but it took half of his total energy and a full half hour to charge it completely. It seems it's better suited for preparation or combining with his nuclear breath rather than for use mid-battle. Setting it aside for now, Lin Yuan got back to the grind, cultivating for more evolution points. Late at night, his phone suddenly rang. It was Jinzei telling him that just as he predicted, Li Qingnan had officially declared war on him. Of course, Lin Yuan couldn't turn down such a golden opportunity. It was a chance to earn some extra living expenses, so why not fight? This time he planned to bet 20 million on himself. Jinzei, hyped up as if on steroids, also bet 30 million, deciding to go big or go home. He also added that their match was scheduled for 7 p.m. tomorrow, and the hype surrounding it was already getting intense. And on that Monday night, Wang Jinze worked tirelessly to set up the betting pool for Lin Yuan, but the odds only reached 1.5, proving that most people still didn't have a favorable view of him. "Oh, Lin Yuan, my dear Lin Yuan, whether we strike it rich this time is all on you," Jinze thought, panting. Lin Yuan's dedication to the grind was truly unmatched. He had a match at 7 o'clock, but he stayed in the cultivation room until 5:30 and even demanded to eat a meal before the fight. Jinze was absolutely speechless with this guy. For today's meal, Jinze insisted on treating Lin Yuan. His entire family fortune was riding on him, so now Lin Yuan was basically his golden goose. The cost of a meal was nothing. Even though he was the son of the principal of Madotudai, Jinze always looked like he was on the verge of starving. "You just don't get it," he said. "Money you earn yourself and money your family gives you are two different things. I have to build a career on my own so my dad doesn't think I'm a good-for-nothing." So that was it. In all the time he'd known Jinze, Lin Yuan still had no idea what his beast soul was, and from his attitude, it seemed like a topic he really didn't want to touch. After a hearty meal, the match at Arena Number 1. The match officially kicks off, and the stands are already packed with spectators here for the show. The hype is absolutely off the charts. A showdown with a member of the Hunters list ranked 4th on the Rising Dragon chart was bound to go viral. Right, Kim Truk had already rushed off to find Zhao Ming, and Wang Lin Huta. Lin Yuan silently walked onto the field without paying any mind while in the audience seats. A guy named Wu Xuangu was secretly watching him. But Lin Yuan was feeling incredibly confident, thinking, "You want to corner me and finish me off." Not a chance. Li Nanqing, with his slick, gelled-up hair, finally showed his face, immediately trash-talking Lin Yuan the moment he saw him. This guy is so annoying. Lin Yuan had zero interest in hearing him lecture. The match began amidst the loving gazes from both fighters. With the crowd roaring, both of them fused with their beast souls in the blink of an eye. Today, Lin Yuan was on a new diet, specifically seaweed. Li Nanking whipped sharp strands of seaweed toward Lin Yuan, but it was nothing to him. With a single swing of his arm, Lin Yuan diced them into tiny pieces like sashimi. Zhao Ming was in the stands screaming his head off at Lin Yuan's fast and furious move. Don't celebrate too early, this is just a probing attack. Li Nanking's true power is way beyond this. Wang Linhu thought, breaking out in a cold sweat. And just as he predicted, every one of those shredded seaweed fragments began to reconnect, looking even bigger and sharper than before. He had already figured out Lin Yuan's strength, so now he was getting serious. Wang Linhu had previously mentioned this regeneration ability of Li Nanking's. As long as he accumulates enough energy, he can regenerate these strands infinitely. Lin Yuan broke out in a sweat as he recalled. Come at me, bro. Li Nanking unleashed massive vines, each as thick as a banana tree, wrapping around Lin Yuan completely. With this level of skill, you can't even kill me, Lin Yuan thought with a smirk. He opened his mouth and unleashed a barrage of resentment beams, instantly withering the vines until they were dry and brittle. Is that all you've got? I thought you were something special. Li Nanking was so unembarrassed it goes without saying he was seeing red. All right, Lin Yuan had successfully triggered him. He went into a frenzy and pulled the same old trick, continuously flinging long, sprawling vines that enveloped Lin Yuan's entire body, each one as thick as a coconut shoot. The crowd below was sweating bullets, worried that Lin Yuan would find this type of attack difficult to defend against completely. Li Nanking's killer vine move was still relentlessly targeting Lin Yuan, but he couldn't be. I bothered to argue with him. A few basic hits would be enough to smash them to bits. But their growth rate was no joke, so Lin Yuan struggled a little. Then, during a moment of carelessness, he was unlucky enough to be tightly bound by those vines. These freaky green vines are draining the energy from my body. This is Li Nanking's second ability, energy absorption, Lin Yuan thought to himself. Meanwhile, those vines were still running rampant, all over his body, each one thick and sinewy. Beg him to spare my life, hell no. Lin Yuan quietly used his own sharp arms to strike repeatedly, successfully severing the vines and breaking free. Although he couldn't completely destroy these parasitic vines. Lin Yuan didn't stop for a second, unleashing continuous blasts of sharp energy from his mouth. So this is the nuclear breath that defeated Yuan Li. Too bad for you, I've already researched a countermeasure, Nanking thought, gloating internally. He was a man of his word, and with a swift motion, he summoned branches to form an impenetrable green shield. Trying to fend off the waves of Lin Yuan's nuclear power, that chaotic display just now had the entire stadium shook. They were reeling in shock, but Li Qingnan was completely unscathed. Fortunately, after it absorbed so much energy and hit the resistance of the Azure Sky Shield, its power dissipated, but I can't believe it's still this strong. Li Qingnan thought to himself, but since he had blocked Lin Yuan's ultimate move, he got overconfident, thinking he had it in the bag. He was certain of his victory. His stamina can only handle one more nuclear breath at most, and I can block that too. Li Qingnan hyped himself up. Little did he know Lin Yuan had an energy storage crystal inside him that he hadn't even bothered to flex yet. Since things have gotten this serious, it's time to let him cook from within. His body overwhelming waves of spiritual energy erupted in an instant, making Li Qingnan gasp, "What in the world is this?" His defensive counters were mercilessly shattered this time. Are these three moves from Lin Yuan really this OP? The crowd below stared wide-eyed at the sight of Li Qingnan getting absolutely wrecked by Lin Yuan. His entire body was tattered, leaving only a faint green figure. After the thick smoke cleared, Li Qingnan was nothing more than a wilted vegetable. The match ended with a flawless victory for Lin Yuan. From this moment on, he would skyrocket from rank 18 to rank 4 on the Hidden Dragon rankings. Zhao Ming and Wang Jinzi were of course so happy they could cry, as 4 million was officially in their hands. But in stark contrast to their joy, Wu Shuanggu watched the scene unfold, his blood boiling. The guy was weak and still trash-talking. Lin Yuan was simply clapping back, not trying to be ruthless. But then Wu Shuanggu showed his true colors, wanting to recruit Lin Yuan and Song Lan into his organization. Seriously, this sly old fox, Who would even want to associate with him? Lin Yuan couldn't look down on him more. When Chu Tianyi defeated you, did you offer him the same deal? He scoffed, questioning Wu Shuanggu. The guy makes money by shaking down new students and shamelessly tries to recruit people. Do you know why Chu Tianyi turned you down? Because a lion doesn't walk with wolves and a legendary kunpeng doesn't associate with insects. Lin Yuan smirked. He didn't stop there, continuing his savage roast, which honestly gave the crowd below second-hand anxiety for him. A few guys in the crowd, hyped up by Lin Yuan, started piling on with their own insults. For a clout chaser like Wu Shuanggu, this level of disrespect was unbearable. His face contorted in rage as he trembled uncontrollably. You look pretty salty about it. It's fine. Whether you send Zhu Shenshang or come at me yourself, I'll defeat all of you. Lin Yuan's lips curled into a smirk before he turned and walked away, leaving Wu Shuanggu fuming in his wake. After the fight, the whole crew went out for a celebratory feast. After all, they had just won 45 million, so splurging a bit was nothing. When they heard Lin Yuan was still hitting the training room that night, the whole crew was stunned by his insane work ethic. But hey, for the sake of friendship and to celebrate hitting rank 4, Lin Yuan decided to just go for it and downed his drink. You totally humiliated Wu Shuanggu in front of hundreds of freshmen today. He's not going to let that go. I'm worried. He'll try to pull some shady stuff behind your back, Songlan said with concern. But they weren't even in the same league to touch him. His? You know what? Anyway, let's not talk about it. Tonight's going to be a feast. Over at the Magic City Beast, University's infirmary, Liet N. The injured party broke out in a cold sweat when he heard that Li Than Nam had lost. Regarding Lam Uyan's situation, Oh Huyanko assured him that he would take care of it. With that, he handed Liet An a top-tier healing essence potion, offering countless words of profound reassurance, filled with brotherly love, almost moving Liet An to tears. But who would have guessed that this Oh Huyanko was no saint himself? One after another, they're all useless trash, he thought bitterly. Turns out there was a major plot twist. Oh Huyanko was actually the grandson of Magic City Beast University's vice principal Li Huangqi. At the university's main lecture hall when Lam Uyan's crew arrived, the place was already packed to the brim. It seems Professor Trio Sunha's charisma is truly timeless. Vuong Trek, proving that money is power, snagged them front row seats in the blink of an eye. Talk about a pay-to-win flex that was insane. Trio Sunha soon emerged from backstage, and he was very pleased to see Lam Uyan's group in attendance. The topic of today's lecture was about getting hard stuck at the Beast King level, hitting a progression wall and being unable to advance. This is the most critical and difficult bottleneck for anyone trying to break through from the Beast King to the Domain Lord realm. Therefore, after extensive research, he had come to a conclusion: it's all because most people fail to comprehend their own path. This path is the perfect fusion with one's life-bound beast soul, making the soul truly become an extension of oneself. The audience below kind of got it, but the concept was still super abstract. To provide an example, Trio Son Ha explained that in the past, in order to break through to the Domain Lord level, he had spent half a year trekking across the great mountains and rivers of Huaxia. My beast soul is the great earthly wrath bear, so I had to experience the sheer weight and majesty of the earth, and also to study the mannerisms of a wild bear. It was through this process, he explained, that he managed to make all of that power his own. To demonstrate, a rumbling bear-like aura erupted from him, making all the students' jaws drop in the face of such immense pressure. Trio Son Ha urged everyone to find the path that best suits them, advising them not to rush the process because even the Beast Emperor Jiang Duong had to spend 3 years to find his path. Lam Uyan nearly fainted on the spot hearing that. If a legend like him took that long, what chance did he have? The rumor was that before his enlightenment, Jiang Duong was just a soul master with average talent, but afterward he managed to evolve his S-rank Golden Eagle Beast soul into an SSS rank Great Sun. Golden Eagle Beast soul, a truly legendary power-up. This whole path concept. To perfectly fuse with a beast soul, does that mean you need to achieve a state of soul resonance? Lam Uyan was both intrigued and bewildered by the question. After the lecture, Tong Lam gradually realized that she needed to accept the inherent supportive nature of her life-bound beast soul. Only then could she truly find her path. Gasa was on the same page as he, very quickly found his direction, which was a stark contrast to Lam Uyen, who was still totally lost. Trio Son Ha approached from a distance, to comfort him. He then informed Lam Uyen that Oh Huyenko had left to carry out a mission and would be gone for 1 or 2 weeks. It was only then that Lam Uyen and Vuong Truc learned he was the vice principal's grandson. No wonder. He always threw his weight around like he owned the place. Lam Uyen had no choice but to continue his training and wait for him to return. Day and night passed and time flew by. After 5 days of absorbing the beast spirit pills, Lam Uyen successfully leveled up to a 4-star beast king, yet he still felt a bit, regretting wasting 5 million evolution points and still failing to break through to the 5-star beast king level. How about we try the combat training simulation? I remember the high-level training room has this feature. The little divine lizard suddenly chirped, "Let's get it!" Lin Yuan was all in. He never expected this place to actually have realistic simulation drills tailored to one's power level and without any risk of injury. After a moment of thought, Lin Yuan decided to choose a 5-star beast. King-level ferocious beast. The moment he pressed the button, Lin Yuan was instantly warped into the simulation, and before he could even get his bearings, wham! A whole battle-hungry gorilla was already rushing in to throw hands with him. Its terrifying strength was totally off the charts. The two immediately started grappling non-stop, and Lin Yuan was shocked to discover its weak point wasn't its neck after all. Even the areas covered in fur were protected by scales as hard as steel. It's so over. He was officially the underdog in this fight. In the training room of Ma Do Beast University, a shocking scene was currently causing a commotion as today's simulation for Lin Yuan ended in a disastrous defeat. He got absolutely wrecked and died. The sensation of pain was just too real. If this had been a real battle, Lin Yuan would probably be up in smoke by now. He had truly been too careless and underestimated his opponent. The speed and power of the enemy were not to be trifled with. Plus, it possessed a fluid combat intuition that he had taken for granted, leading him to misjudge its weakness. The power gap between us isn't that big. I want to try again. One more time. With his legendary never-say-die attitude, Lin Yuan refused to give up. The second combat simulation with the iron-skinned, golden-eyed monkey began. Learning from his last attempt, Lin Yuan didn't let it gain the upper hand and immediately opened his mouth for a preemptive strike. The beast was no slouch either. It dodged in a flash and then shot like a rocket towards Lin Yuan. But little did it know the golden-skinned monkey had fallen right into his trap, and as it approached, Lin Yuan went boom, unleashing his full power with a solid blow right to its face. After a terrifying explosion, blood flowed like a river, and it was a final farewell to the gorilla. Lin Yuan raised his claw and plunged it straight into the monkey's abdomen, finishing off the butt-clenching showdown. This time Lin Yuan had achieved a brilliant victory, successfully defeating the golden-skinned monkey. This is my true power. With the help of intel, I can win, even if the star ranking is higher, he thought to himself, confidently. In the meeting room of Ma Do Beast University, the vice principal finally decided to show his face just as the meeting was about to start, and his pretentious and disrespectful attitude made everyone visibly annoyed. Regarding the selection of candidates to finalize the list, for the upcoming competition, Principal Wang nominated Songlan and Lu Changyue. Su Mushui's teacher, of course, nominated his own student. Muxu's current strength under her teacher's guidance has broken through to the SSS rank, and there was also a nomination for Chu Tianyi, so the list currently had 3 confirmed names. That sly vice principal didn't miss this chance to recommend Wu Shuanggu, his tone dripping with flattery. Zhao Shanhe also nominated Lin Yuan, but the moment he spoke, he was torn down by the surrounding sycophants. They doubted that an E-rank beast soul like him could even keep up with the others. We can't let an E-rank take such an important spot if we lose the competition. Can you bear the consequences? The vice principal said scornfully. Are we really going to decide based on talent alone? A participant, Lin Yuan, is ranked 4th on the Hidden Dragon ranking, which proves he has enough power to make a breakthrough. Isn't that right? Zhao Shanhe vented in frustration. I'm not denying Lin Yuan's strength, I'm just voicing my concerns. After all, his beast soul talent is only E rank. The vice principal retorted contemptuously compared to that troublemaker, old Li Mu. Li Xianggui is the real old fox. He's clearly targeting Lin Yuan. What the Li Xianggui never expected, that his own shady comments would be agreed to by Wang Ting. But it turns out the principal wanted to give Lin Yuan a chance by adding him to the reserve list. Heck yeah, that's awesome. Seeing Zhao Shanhe laughing happily. Li Xianggui over here was absolutely fuming. Outside the training room, Lin Yuan was enjoying a breath of fresh air when suddenly Jin Zhe from a distance ran up breathlessly to tell him two things. Su Muyue is preparing to challenge Shen Chang. According to the rules of the Hidden Dragon, ranking to encourage combat students in the top 10 must accept a challenge unconditionally. Are you kidding me? And here I... Minlan. Lin Yuan went through the trouble of winning for 12 straight days. How pointless! Without another word, Lin Yuan spun around and bolted towards the arena looking completely frantic and anxious. Further proved that something was going on between him and Su Muyue. At arena number 1 of Demon Capital Beast University right now, a huge crowd had already gathered to watch the drama unfold. The moment Jin Zi stepped inside, he could feel the terrifying pressure blanketing the entire space. Shen Kang and Su Muyue had already transformed into a wolf and a fox, clashing in a flurry of blows. Lin Yuan watched her fight. His jaw dropped, since when did Su Muyue's power level up this much? She just needed to rely on a single move to take down a 5-star beast king. The crowd below immediately erupted in cheers, rooting for the beauty who was both gorgeous and skilled. Through the whispers around him, Lin Yuan also became a bit curious about just how talented Chu Tianyi really was, that everyone kept mentioning him. After the match was over, Muyue quickly reverted to her human form and happily came over to greet him. This lovey-dovey scene between the two successfully fed the entire hall a belly full of dog food. He felt that, because Shen Kang had lost to Su Muyue, Chu Tianyi was now his #1 rival. Knowing that Lin Yuan wanted to challenge Chu Tianyi, Su Muyue vaguely recalled what her teacher had said before: with your current strength you can face anyone on the Hidden Dragon ranking, except for Chu Tianyi. That's why she was very worried about him. In fact, for Lin Yuan himself, he wasn't sure he would win either. But he wanted to give it a shot, so that even if he lost, he would understand the gap between himself and a true powerhouse. If he didn't even have the courage to fight a powerhouse, what right did he have to become one? Well, said my boy Zhao Shanhe, who overheard, was very pleased with this fighting spirit. If you really want to challenge Chu Tianyi, it won't be this time. The reserve list is already set, and the school doesn't want you guys getting injured in pointless battles. As Zhao Shanhe handed the list to Lin Yuan, he explained that he had originally nominated him, but was rejected by Li Xianggui, who used the excuse that he was only an E rank. In the end, Principal Wang handled the matter by putting you on the reserve list, Su Mu. Yui felt it was completely unfair. She clearly remembered that both Li Qingnan and Yuan Anli had lost to him before, and yet, now they're on the official roster while Lin Yuan is just a sub. I can't even deal with this. Su Mengshu was about to go demand an explanation when Lin Yuan suddenly stopped her. Just drop it, girl. That vice principal is Wu Shuanggu's uncle. He's targeting me as part of his power play to take the principal's position from Wang Ting. Lin Yuan was starting to realize he was just a pawn in the man's grand scheme, so this time, as long as he could compete, he was more than willing to be a substitute. Whatever belongs to him, Lin Yuan vowed to reclaim with all his might. It's time for a major glow-up. Zhao Shanhe was stunned that Lin Yuan could accept this so easily, like it was no big deal. Even when Jin Zhe offered to talk to his dad to get him on the list, Lin Yuan refused, trusting that the principal was playing 4D chess. The biggest shocker right now was that Wang Jinzhe actually made the official roster too. What a wild plot twist. It was all proposed by that Li Xianggui guy who claimed they both had great potential. Potential for a promotion, maybe. Lin Yuan figured he was just trying to corner Principal Wang Ting. If he refused, he'd basically admit his son wasn't good enough. But if he agreed, Li Xianggui would just grab some popcorn and watch the drama unfold. So all Lin Yuan could do was try to cheer up Wang Jinzhe. Dude, don't be so bummed out. The guy looked like he'd lost his last dollar and wouldn't even tell Lin Yuan what his beast soul was, even though it was crunch time. Zhou Shan then dropped a bombshell about the insane resource subsidy for contestants, which applied to both the main roster and the subs. The resource allowance was 50 million, which could be used for elixirs, crystals, divine weapons, and secret beast techniques. It even included S-tier loot that wasn't available on the market, making it a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So Zhao Shanhe advised Lin Yuan not to cash it out and just pick the best item available. It was a massive W for him. Meanwhile, inside the principal's office at Midu Beast University, Wang Ting received a mysterious and uninvited guest.